Did you know that some common household products could be slowly damaging your lungs, especially after 65? In today's video, we'll reveal the 4 household items you should avoid to protect your breathing as you age. As we get older, our lungs become more sensitive, and what we clean with, cook with, and even breathe in can have a bigger impact on our health. In this video, we'll talk about 4 everyday items that could be harming your lungs, and what you can use instead. Let's dive in. Aerosol sprays. When it comes to making our homes smell fresh and clean, aerosol sprays like air fresheners and certain cleaning products seem like an easy solution. But as we get older, our bodies, especially our lungs, become more sensitive to the chemicals that are commonly found in these products. For people over 65, the risks become even more concerning. Aerosol sprays contain a variety of chemicals that can irritate the respiratory system. One of the most common culprits is formaldehyde, a known irritant and carcinogen. While it may be present in small amounts, repeated exposure over time can have a cumulative effect, potentially leading to chronic respiratory problems, including asthma and bronchitis. Formaldehyde can also trigger allergic reactions in some people, leading to symptoms like coughing, sneezing, and wheezing, which can be particularly uncomfortable if you already have a pre-existing lung condition like COPD or emphysema. Another harmful chemical often found in aerosol products is phthalates. These are chemicals used to make scents last longer. Phthalates can disrupt hormones, and when inhaled, they may also contribute to lung inflammation. Inhaling these chemicals frequently, such as through air fresheners or cleaning sprays, can make your lungs more prone to infection and irritation. For older adults, whose immune systems and lung function may not be as robust as they once were, the impact can be more severe. The problem is compounded by the fact that aerosols release fine particles and fumes into the air that can linger long after you've sprayed. These particles are small enough to be inhaled deep into the lungs, making them even more dangerous. In fact, studies have shown that people who use air fresheners and cleaning sprays regularly are at higher risk for developing respiratory issues, especially when the products are used in poorly ventilated spaces. But don't worry, there are safer alternatives. You can still keep your home smelling fresh without putting your lungs at risk. Instead of aerosol air fresheners, consider using natural alternatives like essential oils. A few drops of lavender, eucalyptus, or lemon oil in a diffuser can freshen the air in a much healthier way. If you prefer a spray, you can mix water with a small amount of essential oil to create your own homemade air freshener, without the chemicals. For cleaning, try switching to products with natural ingredients like vinegar, baking soda, and lemon juice. Not only are these options safer for your lungs, but they are also incredibly effective at cleaning. For tougher jobs, you can even make your own all-purpose cleaner by combining equal parts water and vinegar, adding a touch of baking soda for extra scrubbing power. Another option is to choose non-aerosol cleaning products that come in bottles with pumps or sprays. These tend to be much less harmful because they don't release fine particles into the air. Always look for products labeled as non-toxic or co-friendly. These are designed with your health in mind and are usually free of harsh chemicals that can harm your lungs. By making these simple switches, you can still enjoy a fresh and clean home without putting your lungs at risk. Your respiratory health is incredibly important, and with just a few changes, you can breathe easier and live a longer, healthier life. Non-stick cookware, like those made with Teflon or similar coatings, has become a staple in many kitchens due to its convenience. It makes cooking and cleaning so much easier, with food sliding off the surface and minimal scrubbing required afterward. However, as we age, our respiratory and overall health become more vulnerable to certain environmental factors. Non-stick cookware, while incredibly convenient, can pose serious health risks, especially when exposed to high heat, which is common in everyday cooking. The primary concern with non-stick cookware comes from the chemical perfluorooctanoic acid, PFOA, which was historically used in the production of Teflon and similar non-stick coatings. While PFOA has been largely phased out due to its links to health problems, ranging from liver damage to developmental issues, other chemicals, such as perfluorinated compounds, PFCs, are still sometimes present in non-stick surfaces. These chemicals can release toxic fumes when the cookware is overheated, typically above 500 F or 260 degrees C, which can be harmful to your lungs. When non-stick pans are overheated, they can release a group of toxic gases called polymer fumes, which can irritate the eyes, throat, and lungs. These fumes are particularly harmful to individuals with pre-existing lung conditions like asthma or those with weakened immune systems, common concerns for people over 65. Inhaling these fumes may cause short-term symptoms like coughing, dizziness, headaches, and a burning sensation in the throat. Long-term exposure, particularly in poorly ventilated spaces, can contribute to more chronic respiratory issues. Moreover, non-stick cookware can degrade over time. The coating can wear down or chip, exposing the underlying metal. When this happens, the particles of the non-stick coating can end up in your food, and while there's still debate about whether ingesting small amounts of these chemicals is harmful, it's better to err on the side of caution. As we age, our bodies may have a harder time flushing out potentially harmful substances, so any long-term accumulation could affect our health more than we realize. Luckily, there are safer alternatives available that can still provide you with the same cooking benefits without the health risks. Instead of non-stick cookware, consider using cast iron, stainless steel, or ceramic pans. Cast iron pans, for instance, are incredibly durable and naturally non-stick once seasoned correctly. They also provide the benefit of iron, which can be particularly important for older adults, as it helps prevent iron deficiency. Stainless steel is another great option. While it's not non-stick, it's highly resistant to damage, doesn't release any harmful chemicals when overheated, and is dishwasher safe, making it easy to clean. Ceramic-coated cookware is also a safer alternative, providing a non-stick surface without the chemicals found in traditional non-stick pans. Ceramic pans are free from PTFE and PFOA, which means they won't release harmful gases when exposed to high heat. By swapping out your non-stick cookware for these safer alternatives, you can continue to enjoy your favorite meals with greater peace of mind. It's all about making small adjustments that protect your long-term health. After all, cooking should be a joy, not a potential risk for your lungs and overall well-being. Harsh cleaning products. When it comes to keeping our homes sparkling clean, many of us reach for powerful cleaning products like bleach and ammonia. These cleaners are highly effective at removing stains, disinfecting surfaces, and making everything feel fresh. However, as we age, the risks associated with using these harsh chemicals increase, particularly when it comes to our lungs. Bleach and ammonia are both strong, potent chemicals that can release harmful fumes into the air when used, especially in poorly ventilated spaces. For anyone, but especially for those over 65, inhaling these fumes can be problematic for several reasons. Older adults may have weakened respiratory systems, which can make them more vulnerable to the irritating effects of these chemicals. If you already suffer from lung conditions like asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease (COPD), or bronchitis, exposure to bleach and ammonia can make symptoms worse and even trigger flare-ups. Bleach, for example, contains sodium hypochlorite, which can cause serious irritation to the eyes, nose, throat, and lungs. The fumes produced when bleach is used can make breathing difficult, cause coughing, and in some cases lead to chest tightness. Long-term exposure, even in small amounts, can increase the risk of developing chronic respiratory issues. It's also important to note that mixing bleach with other household products, like ammonia or certain cleaners, can create toxic gases known as chloramine vapors, which are even more dangerous when inhaled. These vapors can cause severe respiratory distress, dizziness, and headaches, which is why it's important never to mix these products together. Ammonia, on the other hand, is another common household cleaner known for its strong, pungent smell. While effective at cutting through grease and grime, ammonia's vapors can irritate the respiratory system. Inhaling these vapors can lead to coughing, wheezing, and shortness of breath. For those with compromised lung function, this can be especially harmful. Over time, ammonia exposure can exacerbate asthma or increase the likelihood of developing respiratory infections, making it an even bigger concern for older adults. Given these risks, it's a good idea to reconsider using bleach and ammonia, especially if you're spending a lot of time cleaning in confined areas. Fortunately, there are numerous safer, natural alternatives that can still keep your home clean and fresh without harming your lungs. One of the best alternatives is white vinegar. It's an excellent all-purpose cleaner that has natural disinfecting properties and can cut through grease and grime just as effectively as ammonia or bleach. It also has a neutralizing effect on odors, so it can leave your home smelling fresh. Another great option is baking soda, which is perfect for scrubbing surfaces, deodorizing carpets, and even tackling tough stains. A paste made from baking soda and water works wonders on most surfaces, and it's entirely non-toxic. Hydrogen peroxide is another safe disinfectant, ideal for cleaning countertops, bathroom surfaces, and even whitening laundry. It's gentle on your lungs while still being effective at eliminating bacteria and germs. For heavier-duty cleaning, you can also find many commercial, non-toxic alternatives that contain plant based ingredients and are free from harsh chemicals. These products often have labels like friendly, non-toxic, or safe for sensitive individuals. Be sure to look for these types of cleaning products, as they're formulated to be safer for both you and the environment. Making the switch from harsh cleaners like bleach and ammonia to natural alternatives doesn't mean sacrificing cleanliness. It's just a healthier choice, especially for older adults. By using these safer, non-toxic options, you're protecting not only your lungs but your overall well-being in the long run. Scented candles, artificial fragrances. Scented candles are a popular choice for creating a cozy atmosphere in our homes. They're often associated with relaxation, comfort, and even mood enhancement. However, as we age, there are certain health risks linked to scented candles, especially those made with artificial fragrances and paraffin wax, that can negatively affect our lungs and overall respiratory health. One of the biggest concerns with scented candles is the use of artificial fragrances. These fragrances often contain a cocktail of chemicals that are used to create specific scents. While these chemicals might smell pleasant, they can be harmful to your lungs when inhaled, particularly over long periods of time. Many artificial fragrances contain phthalates, which are chemicals known to disrupt hormones and can irritate the respiratory system. For older adults, whose lungs may not be as resilient as they once were, exposure to these chemicals can increase the risk of respiratory problems, including asthma attacks, bronchitis, and other chronic lung conditions. Another harmful substance in many scented candles is paraffin wax, which is made from petroleum. When burned, paraffin candles release volatile organic compounds, VOCs, into the air, including benzene and toluene. These compounds are known to contribute to indoor air pollution and can irritate the lungs, eyes, and skin. While the amount of VOCs released may seem small, prolonged exposure to these chemicals can have a cumulative effect, especially in poorly ventilated areas. Inhaling these compounds over time may contribute to the development of respiratory conditions and exacerbate existing health issues like asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. For people over 65, whose immune systems and respiratory systems may already be compromised, the impact of breathing in these substances can be particularly concerning. Prolonged exposure can lead to a decrease in lung function and may increase the likelihood of developing chronic respiratory conditions. The good news is that you can still enjoy the warm, soothing ambience that candles provide, without the harmful effects. Instead of using candles with artificial fragrances and paraffin wax, consider switching to soy wax or beeswax candles. These alternatives are made from natural materials, and they produce far fewer toxins when burned. Soy wax, for example, is biodegradable, burns cleaner, and emits less soot than paraffin wax, making it a safer choice for both your lungs and the environment. For fragrance, you can opt for candles made with essential oils, which are derived from plants and contain no artificial chemicals. Scents like lavender, eucalyptus, and citrus not only smell great but also have therapeutic benefits, such as promoting relaxation and improving mood. Beeswax candles also naturally emit a subtle, honey-like scent when burned, providing a calming atmosphere without the need for added fragrance. Additionally, if you're still looking for a way to infuse your home with pleasant smells without using candles, consider using an essential oil diffuser. Diffusers work by dispersing essential oils into the air, offering a long-lasting, natural fragrance without any of the harmful effects associated with burning candles. Another option is to make your own air freshener by mixing water with a few drops of your favorite essential oils in a spray bottle. By making these simple changes, you can still enjoy the ambience and fragrance that candles offer without exposing yourself to harmful chemicals. Taking care of your lung health is particularly important as you age, and choosing safer alternatives like soy, beeswax, and essential oil-based candles is an easy yet effective way to improve the air quality in your home. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who could benefit from this info. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more simple, health-focused tips for living your best life over 50. Taking small steps to protect your lungs can make a big difference over time. Remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Just start with one change, and you'll be on your way to breathing easier. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourself.